Today would have been the 100th birthday of a very influential figure in Oregon politics, Senator Mark Hatfield. I met him a few times. He was very impressive. Hatfield represented Oregon in Congress for 30 years, and before that, he was governor. Hatfield died in 2011 at the age of 89. But before he passed, KGW put together a look at his life and career. Let's go into the vault with reporter Walden Kirsch.
The date, August 3, 1960. The event, a formal celebration to mark the opening of Portland's brand new Lloyd Center. Among those bursting with civic pride, Oregon's boyish-looking governor, Mark Hatfield.
This represents one of the most unique of all developments of business enterprises in the entire world.
But Mark Hatfield's career trajectory would take him far beyond shopping center ribbon cuttings.
Mark Hatfield has been the most effective national representative that Oregon has produced in the 20th century.
Over a span in public life that stretched 44 years, Oregonians would literally watch Mark Hatfield grow old. But he made some of his marks early on. At the start of the 1950s, Portland was still a legally segregated city. Blacks were barred from many public services. Oregon, in many ways, still resembling the Jim Crow South. As a freshman state senator, Mark Hatfield pressed hard for black civil rights.
That could have been a career killer for him, to take on an issue that controversial.
To give the President of the United States sufficient time.
As U.S. Senator, Mark Hatfield often raised hackles, voted his conscience, angered both the left and the right. The war in Vietnam during the 1960s and early 70s elevated Mark Hatfield to national, even international prominence as a pacifist. As the Vietnam War ground on, Republican Mark Hatfield continued to call for its halt. In 1970, with young people in open revolt at Portland State University and, of course, nationwide, Hatfield sought to abolish the draft.
He was a risk taker. His opposition was not popular. It did not rest well with his party.
The Nixon Administration wanted to fall into line, and he failed to do so. What's interesting about Hatfield is that he was able to still keep friends with conservative, moderate, liberal sources.
So irritated was Richard Nixon, however, he would secretly include Mark Hatfield on his infamous enemies list. Back home, Hatfield helped steer the Columbia Gorge into scenic protection, assisted Indian tribes, and over the years funneled federal construction dollars here, totaling into the many billions.
He projected confidence, he projected intelligence, he spoke with heart and head. Those are remarkable talents for a politician.
After failing in the 1940s to become his school's student body president, Mark Hatfield would never again lose an election. Oregon voters did not always agree with Mark Hatfield's views. For 44 years, though, they always knew what kind of a leader they were getting.
That was Walden Kirsch. Keep sending your questions and comments to the story at kgw.com. Still ahead, how you can help our community.